Hey, to KSPR. And it's the CSA's turn. It's July 1st, 0840 in the morning. As I said, CSA, Davis and Archer attacks Gamble. They attack Gamble at two areas. Archer takes care of the right, and Davis takes care of the left. And they're attacking Gamble's brigade. So I got two brigades attacking one brigade, as you already know. And I really got into the zone of playing the fight. And when I got done, I realized that I already removed the casualties markers from Gamble, and I rearranged all the disorganization and strength points without filming. And I thought, oh great. Okay, so let's bring this battle into close-up, and I'll tell you what happened and steps I took to do it. All I gotta do is slow down and go slow, and everything should be okay. So it looks on paper. And it looks like we're out of focus. What's new? Okay, that should work, best I can tell. If I can get that a little closer. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Heath attacked Gamble here, and there were two markers right there, but they got eliminated in the end. And I'll tell you what happened to Gamble. Did I say Heath? I meant Archer and Davis. They attacked Gamble, and Davis attacked first, and then Archer. However, at the end of the fight, Gamble had to remove two battle line markers because they were total casualties. Wound up with 10 casualties and 7 tick marks. And for disorganization, he went to 9 disorganization and 5 tick marks. This is pretty much a death sentence. He's done. He has exceeded his ability to fight. I've got a 10 marker there. There's a 10 marker here, with a total of another 10 marker of 20 in casualty, and there's a 10 marker of disorganization. There's nothing more he can do. He has to retreat. And I want to read the rules about retreating after getting your butt kicked like that. Davis and Archer just totally decimated Gamble. He's finished. Now, if Devon, which is below me here, there's Devon, if he were not there, the CSA can continue with the attack by using an assault as well as a flank. Davis could easily attack the flank on the right, and Archer can make an assault. But because of Devon's brigade of Cab right behind Gamble, what's the point? There would be too much of a risk that if the assault failed, then Archer and Davis, I believe, would lose their initiative. And I don't want to take risks like that, because I already know that, number one, Gamble's finished. He has to retreat. He's no more. He can't even make a campfire. His disorganization is totally gone. Okay. So let me explain the markers one more time. I've got a flank marker here, which has strength points of 7. All I need is 4 in order to keep this going. I have a battle line marker here, which is 8, because there's nothing on there. And the battle line marker below him, there's only 2 left in strength points. There's only 5 strength points left of this battle line marker. And of course, for Gamble, there is 20 casualties. There is 1 battle line marker of 8. And of course, there is his horse artillery, which is depleted of ammunition. Even though I have some battle line markers that are full strength of 8, because of the disorganization of 10, he can't fight anymore. He's done. Okay, without sounding like a broken record, let's see if I can tell you the steps that I took in the combat. And we'll start with, of course, Davis. Davis attacked, and what I did, I think, yeah, I'll leave it right there. Okay, basically what I did is I added up the strength points for Davis. I've got 8. I've got 8. And below Davis, I've got 7. And Davis, I can add 3. And I've got the total amount of strength points. The markers behind them is reserve of what's left over. And when I added up the strength points, I noticed that Davis has 24 on the back of his mark counter. However, he came on the board with 18, so we had a modified entry, so his strength points were reduced. and because of his casualties, he has 3. So I went, calculated that. I brought in 18 and I dropped him down to 17. So we had 17 total strength points. His experience level is in the 10 to 12 range. Again, that concurs with the 17 that I came up with on strength points. There is a die roll modification of -1 because it's continuous repetitive firing. I rolled a 5 and it became a 4. The total strength points that Davis was allowed is 26. I broke it down to 11 and I realized that he could fire twice. There was a remainder of 4, but that was ignored. So I knew that Davis could fire twice. So I went to the combat table, and I guess I better back that out. Turn off that light and get the glare out. Okay, so I found the combat table. The experience level for Davis was in the 10 to 12 range. His total experience level was 17. So that fits right there. I then rolled the die, got a 5 with a -1 modifier because it's repeat of combat. I then took the strength points that he had and I cross-indexed. We had 11 maximum because he gets to fire twice, and you break it up in increments of 11, so he's there. I then rolled the dice. It came a 5 with the modifier -1. It became 15 casualties, which makes 1.5. In other words, 1 casualty and 5 tick marks. On the second roll, I rolled a 5 again. Modifier -1 becomes a 4. Again, I cross-indexed and I got 1.5 again, which came up to 2 casualties, and of course the 0.5 plus 0.5 became 3, and then I added that to the casualties that I had on the status sheet, and he came up with 10 casualties and 7 tick marks total, which meant that Gamble removes 2 battle line markers off the board. I then rolled for Disorganization. Already came across that has a maximum of 10 in Disorganization. I cross-in it with the current strength between 17 and 19. Now this is not on Davis, this is on Gamble. So when you do the Disorganization, you count Gamble's casualty points and you count Gamble's current strength. And once I got done with that, I came up with 1 disorganization and 1 tick mark. And the second time I rolled, I got 1 disorganization and 1 tick mark, which gave a total of 9 disorganization points and 5 tick marks. That alone took Gamble off the battle. It totally, like I said, it wiped him out. However, Archer decides to fire. And then again, we'll go to the combat table. Here's our combat table. Now, we add Archer's strength points. It came to 20. I then take 20 and I divide by 11, and it turns out that in an increment of 11, Archer gets to fire only once. I then cross-index on the combat table the experience level with the strength points. Which came to 15. Let's see here. I'll roll the die. I got a 5. Minus 1 comes a 4. I then cross-index 4 into the increment of 11 under the 10 and 12 experience level, and of course it came to 15, 1.5. I then took the disorganization table I added up Gamble's strength points and disorganization. Gamble's strength points was 19, and at the time his casualty points was 1 and 5 tick marks. I added them together and I got 22 casualties, or excuse me, 22 disorganization and 2 tick marks, and that took him out. Go to 10. Brigade's current combat strength is 11. Came to right here. I don't know why I always jump out. So. Sorry this is ate up, but like I said, I got in the zone and completely forgot that I had to film this. So this is what Gamble's got left. He's finished. He's done. So I'm going to read about retreat after getting your butt kicked. And I know there's disorganization points to be added again to Gamble, and I'll try not to let this happen again and go a little slower. But this is an ate-up video, but it's what happened. And now it appears that Archer and Davis are going to lock horns with Devon. Next video I'll go over the retreat, the disorganization. I'll be a little bit more clear and precise with my calculations and using the charts of disorganization, etc. and the combat table. Just let me get my collective stuff together, and again, I really enjoyed that fight. It was really interesting. Okay. I wished I had a more advanced system, a more upgraded resources to make better videos. I know my videos are crude and very irritable to watch, but I am doing what I got, the best I can. But here's the battle right now. And Gamel's finished. Keep gaming.